Welcome back, Trinity people. We're glad to have you with us, getting ready to meditate again this Wednesday night. We do this every week, as you know by now, and if you're not a part of it, you should be a part of it. You should subscribe to this channel, like this video, maybe leave us a comment, maybe share it with somebody that you think could really benefit. Because the more people we get involved, the more we change the consciousness, and that's the point of all of this. Empowering energies into the mass consciousness to change how everybody perceives the world. We do a different energy every week. This week it is determination. I went back and looked at some of our older videos on this subject, and I made some great points there, but I'm going to approach it slightly different tonight. Determination is misconstrued. Most people think they know determination, but what they really know is how to be in charge of their own willpower. You know, I will do this, I'll make this happen. I'm going to ride this train until it breaks down, and then I'll get out and I'll push the train, but we will get to the destination. Yeah, well, what if the train track ends and you have a choice between a car and an electric scooter? You know, which way do you go? That's what most people don't know. Willpower will push you in a straight line, but when the situation changes and your original objective is now not the same thing you thought it was, and you have to go back to your intent and say, okay, well, which one of these new choices now matches my intent? That's when determination comes in. Determination helps keep you going, keep you invested in your intent, even as the situation changes and multiple options come up and you have to make many decisions and you have to change course several times and you're not going in a straight line towards the same goal that you had before. Well, willpower is useless in that situation, but that's where determination shines. It is the energy that says, fall down 7 times, get back up 8 times. It just keeps picking you up and resetting you and getting you back in touch with your intent, even though the situation changed, the options are not the same, your choices are not the same. You have to constantly start over as you progress towards any expression of intent. It's not the same as just picking an outcome and then rushing towards that outcome. The outcome may never happen. You may find that you started out wanting to be an actor and you end up being a teacher. It still has the same intent of interacting with people and lifting people up out of whatever their current situation is. But you would never have said, oh, that is the goal I'm going towards. It's just the goal you ended up at. Determination helps you through that maze of constantly changing choices that is the process of manifesting anything. It's never going to be a straight line, almost never. Because of that, I think of determination not so much as a technique, but as a process, a series of things. And I'm going to give you a self-defense tip that I think will help illustrate that. As we've talked about before, self-defense is sometimes, oh, there's somebody attacking me, what do I do? You know, it's a physical thing that you do in a violent moment. But sometimes self-defense happens before there's any physical interaction. Sometimes it's about awareness of where are the exits, or why does that person have a knife in their belt buckle? You know, something like that can really save your life. So we're going to talk about a non-physical self-defense technique tonight, and that is, how do you help de-escalate the situation? As the ancient Chinese general Sun Tzu said, the best battle is the one you never have to fight. I've found that in de-escalating, it helps to have 3 questions, because if you ask a question of somebody, even if they're really upset and really intent on, you know, getting some satisfaction for their problem and you're in the way and I'm going to do something to you, if you ask them a question, you know, well, what do you want? It's really hard for them not to say, well, I want so-and-so. Everybody likes to talk about what they want. That's our favorite subject in the whole world. What do I want? So I have 3 questions that I ask that help me de-escalate the situation. And if that's not possible, they give me a very clear indicator when I should get out of Dodge. Those questions are, what, so what, and now what? What, so what, now what? You can mix the verbiage up a little bit. You can say, what do you want? Or what do you think I did? Or what is your objective here? Or what's going on? Or what's your beef? Or what is it that you hope to get out of this? Any sort of what question is a good way to start the de-escalation process. What? And then whatever they answer, blah, 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 you did this and I want something and I'm going to beat you up. Then you go, okay, so what? So what? Asks them to draw a conclusion, to make an inference of you're bad and you did this, so what? What does that mean? Does that mean that we're going to have a physical altercation here? Does it mean you want an apology from me? Does it mean that you feel you deserve money? So what? What is your inference? What is your conclusion from that thing you want? So I ask what first, and then I ask, so what? So what's next? And I let them decide where this is going. If they say, I'm going to beat you up, well, it's pretty clear. I need to get out of Dodge now. But I wouldn't have known that if I had just assumed we're going to fight. If I say, what's your beef? And then, so what does that mean? It gives me a very clear indication of whether we're heading towards a calmer situation or a more aggressive situation. And I finally finish it up with my third question. If we're still in the game at that point, if I haven't left, I will say, now what? All right, if they've said, I'm going to beat you up, I say, now what? Are we stepping outside? Or are you coming at me now? Now what? Those three questions, what, so what, and now what, perfectly encapsulate determination. Yes, they may help you de-escalate a tense situation, keep you from having a fight, but they also help you reset whenever your train comes to a halt and you have to choose a bus or a plane. You know, when the process that you're determined to get through becomes a different process than the one it was when you started, you need to ask these three questions. What? What is my intent? So what? What does that mean? What are you going to do because of that intent? And now what? You've hit an obstacle, you know your intent, you know how you want to express, but it's not possible in this situation. Now what? And you'll see that that resets you right back around to your original intent and your desire to express. It may not be the same expression that you had a year ago or even 10 minutes ago, but constantly asking these questions, what, so what, and now what, puts you in that space of determination where you are totally invested in your intent, even if that intent changes. Your process is not the same. If you think that's cool, you should try it out. You should empower some determination this week and then meditate with us on Wednesday night. We'll be back with more Trinity.